Hello guys, welcome to another one of my FortNite videos. Challenge the Horde hit, and this is how I was left from the last thing. The first thing that you need to do is to go in and buy the very first area so that you can start building, and then you're gonna be earning skill points as you play the game. I'm just gonna be going through placing some of my Horde skill points this time around so that I can share a little bit of what you want to be going for. The top area is the staging area. This is where you build your base, where you expand your area so that you can make this really nice large base that you need to defense. You actually don't need more than a normal pyramid, so I would say don't focus too much on this area unless you have excess of these points, but you do want to be able to make a pyramid. What you do want also is to get all these trap things, because you're going to be getting bacon, nuts and bolts, duct tape, things that you can use to make traps with, things that you can use to make weapons with. And you can pre-make these and have them in their base. So it can be a really good thing if you have these additional skill points that you don't have anything else to spend on. Put them in there, even in the low tier ones, because even though you get like crazy rough mineral powder, you also get the bacon and the nuts and bolts that you can use in the high tier games. So remember to spend those skill points. The lower tier is the one that is more interesting for me, because it is related to battle, it is related to the resources that you get in between waves, and this is pretty crazy. You're getting a lot of resources, much more than I remembered. We actually ended up doing this pretty much Demolitionist style, so the first game I played was more about using bazookas and just having fun while the defenders were doing everything than anything else. But go in here, get the things that give you rotating gizmos, the blast powder, all the things that you need for weapons. Again, the low tier ones will give you the core components for weapons that you can use in the end game as well. So remember to get that also so that you can make things for your defenders. Like I said, I had quite a few things because I played this before, so I have capped my first tier, my second tier, I think my third tier. I was left with only 6 tier 4 skill points. So I'm of course going to go in today and earn the amount of those that I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be capped. The interesting thing is that this is where you get the bright core, the shadow shot, the sunbeam. So that is in the tier 4 part of the skill tree. That is where you want to place your things if you have power level 106 weapons or 130. It is super important that you play in the area that matches up with your power level. I know that playing in like the high areas, getting a carry, the taxi, all that kind of stuff can be a little bit like interesting so that you can get these high tier materials, especially because if you're teaming with others, you may be able to get them to craft things for you. So I'm the thing I'm mostly interested about in regards to challenge the Horde is how effective it is going to be. For taxis, are we going to be penalized by having low players taxied into the high level missions as we are in the normal games? Or is it gonna be really cool, fun, and amazing? So only time will tell. For now, go in there, earn the things that match up with your power level. It will allow you and everybody else to progress a lot faster. The first thing that you need to do after that is to make your base. This is your building area where you're going to have the resources that match up with what you placed skill point wise in the upper tier of all the skill points. You go into the console, and this here is what I have to work with. I can make traps and bases, all the kind of stuff I want with this, so that it is pre-made and just ready to work. The base concept is that we have an atlas-like option at the middle of our staging area, our fort area, and you can defend it the same way as a fort, which means as an atlas, which means that you can't wall it in directly, but you can make a pyramid around it. The way that I like going is just to wall in everything with floors. Well, I guess it's flooring everything in, so that if we have a base constructor, it's just going to connect everything automatically. Then I make a normal pyramid as a tiny bit of normal pyramid at the center, because the meta fort just works. And if you have additional resources, I would say make a larger pyramid around it, because it's super easy to defend. It gives you a good overview. It allows the smashers, if they're going to be in there, to charge over it. You can maneuver around it pretty easily. What I'm doing is to have floors inside that allow for navigation, and then I'm just upgrading with the resources that I really have to work with. It's going to be easier to upgrade things once you actually start the game, because you're going to be getting a lot of resources in between waves. So building the base structure is more important than upgrading it. I'm just doing it because I have a lot of resources. I even have enough to make these additional slants around one side. I'm making an area for defenders. I'm even crafting some defender paths. I'm going to be including that stuff as well. So it's really just about putting as much in there as you can, because once it's down there, it's going to be helping you in every single game that you're going to be playing. And this is like close to cap. I have tier 1, 2, and 3 capped. But again, the important thing is get the structures down, because you and everybody else can upgrade it once you are playing. Think about if you want to have defender slots open. There is an arrow that is going to indicate where the waves are going to be coming from. This is just my default starting build. Once I've had a few more bases, I'm probably going to go in here and optimize it a little bit. But you can put down loads of defender slots so that players can just come to your base, pop down the defenders wherever the attack is going to be coming from. And then that is pre-built. You don't need to worry about that in terms of resources once you're playing the actual game. So this here was like, this is my base. You can go inside, you can go up. Once you're done, go to the console again, leave the area, and then it's time to go in there and have fun. The first mission I took was in the 76 challenge, the Horde. Again, you load in, you need to wait for players. Once you have 4 players in there, you need to agree on a difficulty. It's pretty old-fashioned that way. So you can't just go in here and say like, I want to play something. You kind of need to agree on what you want to be playing. I was joined in by an alarm cup this time, which was really cool. Unfortunately, the game crashed during play. So we kept the base this time around without the player being able to rejoin. So I'm really sorry we didn't get to finish our game together. What I learned was that I have loads of resources. The first mission, resource abundance like crazy. I was in nowhere close to needing anything. Of course, as you saw, I do have tier 1, 2, and 3 completely capped. But what we found out pretty snappy by playing this is that it's not as hard as it was the last time. Some of the things are more fun than the last time because things are action-packed. The new storm feature is amazing, where you take damage in the storm. My defenders didn't appear to be taking damage in the storm, so that's probably going to be used quite a bit. But it looks amazing, especially if you have base-enabled areas. And the last wave that we have in the first game was just crazy, because we had not just one, but a horde of these mini-bosses coming in. We had a small army chasing us. That was pretty intense, really, really cool that we had these 3 mini-bosses. As you can see, I'm using my power level 130 rocket launcher here, and I have my thumper, my bazooka. I have all of these. The other player, one of them was going just with snowball launchers. We had so many resources that we could just blow everything up with our explosives. Had some decent damage from the base as well. We had our hover turrets. It appears that even after the change, with the change on how the hover turret works, going in here as a demolitionist or going in here as a reclaimer appears to be like the way to go if you just want to have casual, cool fun and amazing fun, loads of action. Of course, it is going to take a few games before you have the skill points that will really allow you to play in the way that we are doing here. But I have to say, this was so much more fun than what I remembered, even though they have tweaked a few things. The waves we saw in the first game were really... we had crazy taker waves where they were spawning clusters of these takers just coming towards us. But as you can see, we had loads of explosives, we had loads of defenders, and we had the hover turrets going, so it was very, very fun. I'm looking very much forward to having a great amount of these games. Like as soon as I'm done with this video editing, and I'm gonna be sharing this video with you guys for those out there interested in what's the end game looking like in Challenge the Horde, then I can say with like 100% certainty it's easy, and it is filled with explosive weapons. Not because you need to, but because you can do it, so there is no reason not to do it. My focus, based on my first game here, is going to be moving forward. The next game is going to be with a Demolitionist, because explosives are so much fun to play with. So I'm going to go in there the next time around, try to see how is it if I just go Demolitionist, just go exploding from the very first round to the very last one, just have that area of effect, crazy damage. As you saw in one of my previous videos, I have changed the element of a lot of my explosive weapons so that they are energy, and energy element weapons now deal even more damage than they did before to elemental husks. So it's like, I'm sold, I'm amazed, I'm happy. The hype was real, but the fun is even more real. It is crazy amazing. So yeah, I hope this video was like inspirational, informational, whatever kind of goodies you can label on it. These were the rewards that I got for completing my very first game in Challenge the Horde. So yeah, as they say out somewhere in the jungle, or perhaps it's just me, that was what I had to share in this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for watching.